Hey there, gearheads. Let's talk cars. They're everywhere, right? From zippy little compacts to hulking SUVs, cars are part of our lives. We use them for everything. Trips to the grocery store, road trips with the family, hauling our stuff around. Remember your first car? Mine was a beat-up old Ford. It wasn't much, but it was freedom on four wheels. These days, cars are a lot more than just transportation. They're a statement. They're about style, performance, and technology. But have you ever wondered how we got here? How did we go from horse-drawn carriages to self-driving electric cars? Buckle up, because we're going for a ride through the history of the automobile. It's a wild ride, full of innovation, competition, and some really cool cars. We'll start back in the late 1800s, when the first gas-powered vehicles hit the road. Get ready to learn about some of the pioneers, the game changers, and the cars that changed the world. Let's hit the road. So picture this, it's the late 1800s. Horses are still the main mode of transportation, but some folks are tinkering away, trying to invent something new, something revolutionary. Enter Carl Benz. This German engineer is considered the father of the modern automobile. In 1886, Benz patented the first practical automobile, the motor wagon. This three-wheeled contraption was a far cry from the sleek machines we drive today. It was basically a motorized tricycle. Top speed? A whopping 10 miles per hour. But hey, it was a start. Of course, not everyone was thrilled about this newfangled invention. People were skeptical. Horses, they said, were more reliable. They weren't wrong. Early cars were noisy, unreliable, and scared the heck out of horses. But the pioneers of the automobile, they pressed on. They knew they were onto something big. They improved the design, making cars faster, more reliable, and easier to drive. And slowly but surely, people started to come around. Now, let's talk about Henry Ford. This guy was a visionary. He didn't just want to build cars, he wanted to build cars for everyone. Ford's big idea? Mass production. In 1913, he introduced the moving assembly line to his factory. This revolutionized car manufacturing. Instead of skilled craftsmen building each car one at a time, workers on the assembly line would add specific parts as the car moved down the line. This made production much faster and cheaper. And the car that rolled off that assembly line? The iconic Model T. The Model T wasn't flashy, but it was affordable and reliable. It was the car for the everyday man. Ford famously said, "You can have any color you want, as long as it's black." He was all about efficiency. The Model T was a smash hit. It put America on wheels and changed the world forever. Section 4. Vroom! Getting faster and fancier advancements in the early 20th century. As more and more people got behind the wheel, the automobile industry boomed. Car makers were constantly innovating, introducing new features and technologies. In the 1920s and 30s, cars got faster, sleeker, and more powerful. We're talking V8 engines, automatic transmissions, and radios. Can you imagine life before car radios? Talk about boring commutes. Safety features like shatterproof glass, and hydraulic brakes also became more common. Remember, folks, safety first. Section 5. Muscle cars and gas guzzlers, a bump in the road. The post-war era brought about an era of prosperity and a love affair with all things big and powerful. And nothing said power like a muscle car. These gas-guzzling behemoths ruled the roads in the 1960s and early 70s. We're talking about legendary names like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and Dodge Charger. These cars were all about horsepower, performance, and looking good doing it. But then came the 1973 oil crisis. Gas prices soared, and suddenly those thirsty V8 engines didn't seem so cool anymore. This crisis forced automakers to rethink their priorities. Fuel efficiency and smaller, more economical cars became the need of the hour. The muscle car era was over, but it left behind a legacy of iconic designs and a love for horsepower that continues to this day. Section 6. The road ahead. Looking back to see the future. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of the evolution of the automobile. From those rickety early contraptions to the high-tech marvels we drive today, it's been an incredible ride, and it's far from over. The future of the automobile is electric, autonomous, and connected. We're talking self-driving cars, electric powertrains, and cars that are more like computers on wheels. It's an exciting time to be a car enthusiast. One thing's for sure, the automobile has had a profound impact on our lives. It's shaped our cities, our culture, and our freedom to explore the open road. So, next time you're behind the wheel, Take a moment to appreciate the incredible history of the machine you're driving. And who knows what the future holds? Flying cars, self-filling gas tanks? Let's wait and see.